Hey, welcome back. My last video that I did, a little follow along movement flow, got a lot of good feedback and a lot of new subscribers actually. Probably one of my better videos in a long time, so I'm gonna do another one. This one is gonna be a little different though, in a way. Still gonna be a movement flow, but the first one that I did, I actually kind of thought out like what I wanna do and kind of wrote it out, where this one, I'm just gonna kind of go by what I feel like doing, and I'm just gonna explain like what I'm transitioning into. I don't really have like a game plan set out there. The only thing I know right now is that my body feels like it wants to do a little bit of rocking. And so that's really gonna be what this one's about, is I'm just gonna try to flow through what my body wants to do next instead of having it planned out. I really love to do that a lot. I really like to listen to my body. And if you really kind of get in tune with your body, it'll let you know like what it wants. So a lot of times I just start off just kind of moving and just see where it takes me. But I do definitely feel like my body is telling me that I need to start doing some rocking. So I'm just gonna start with rocking nice and easily, just forward, back. You can be on your balls, on your toes, and you can also be on your laces. So either dorsiflexion or planiflexion, that's up to you. And I'm just keeping my arms straight, and I'm just trying to rock back and trying to get my butt to my calves and just trying to rock forward, seeing if I can get my shoulders past my fingertips a little bit, as long as it doesn't hurt my wrists. Some days, depending on my nutrition, my wrists may be a little bit too sore to get my shoulders past my wrist because I got a little bit too much inflammation. Or if you just have, wrist hurt in general to begin with, you could either just go to where you start to feel the pain, or another really good one, and I'm gonna do this anyway, is you can go down to your forearms and rock forward and back. That'll take all that pressure off the wrists, and it's also really good for your upper back also. All right, I'm gonna come back up, and now I'm just gonna go in circles. I'm gonna do about 5 circles in one direction. You can almost look at like, this is almost more of a warm up before I actually start doing more of a flow. And just to kind of get my joints lubed up and my nervous system firing a little bit. I have no idea if that was 5 or not. Now I'm gonna kick my leg out to the side and rock here. So remember, at any point in time, if this starts to bother your wrists, you can always just go down to your forearms or just not rock so far forward. That is up to you. All right, now I'm gonna step that foot forward. So now in this position, this is a good transition, and I'll do a few of them, to where you do the kick through, and because you're already there in that position that you need to be in. The only thing you would do is lift your hand up of the side of the foot that's forward, or the leg that's forward. Bring this other hand out a little bit. So let's start playing with that a little bit. Now I'm just doing a few rocks, and then when I feel like it, I'm just kicking through. No set number. All right, but now I'm gonna switch to the other side. So now I'm gonna go back to the kickstand rock, the adductor rock first. Try to make sure you're breathing in and out of your nose the whole time too. That'll just keep you nice and relaxed. We want to be as relaxed as possible. We don't want to be stiff and tense while we're trying to do this. We want to try to relax. Right, now I'm going to switch to the hurdler rock. Now when you're doing these, depending on what your goal is, like right now I'm keeping my foot flat because I'm trying to work on a little bit of ankle mobility, keeping my heel down, and work on that hamstring by keeping my toe down. But if you wanna, lift up that toe and that heel, that is up to you. So the way to think about it is that you can work on ankle mobility back here by lifting that foot up. You can work on ankle mobility, all the joints in your feet by lifting that toe up. You'll be working more back here. And then same now, if you go forward and you lift the heel up, that's going to allow you to open up this hip more. So again, it all depends on what your goals are. What do you feel like doing? Again, just listen to your body. Your body will tell you. All right, so now we're going to do some kick throughs. And then go back and rock a few. And then another kick through. right, one more. All right. All right, so now I'm just gonna do some, we call them rocking chairs. We're just gonna rock nice and easy. Keeping my back rounded instead of flat, so I don't go like that and kind of hit hard. And breathing in and out of the nose. Nice. Now I'm just moving myself around because I want to make sure that like you can see what I'm doing. You can just kind of let give yourself a good space if you can, and let yourself just go. Maybe don't even worry about moving until you feel like maybe you're going to run into a wall or go into like a hardwood floor or something like that. All right, so now I'm going to go maybe a little monkey kind of hop by coming up. Going to cut, I'll show you this way first. I'm going to cut one leg underneath, plant that hand down, and then come up to this position. So let's just start off doing some of those. So here, when you come up, drive that hip through and try alternating side to side. This is a really good way to find some weaknesses too, or some imbalances. If one side is way easier to do than the other, then that's where you can start figuring out, okay, well, what's going on? Why is it like that? To me personally, that is my favorite thing about doing all this stuff, is trying to figure out, what's going on, all right? Is it harder to get up to here on this side than it is on this side? Is it easier to get to here? There's a reason why. If that's the case, there's a reason why. So you're always just trying to maybe kind of figure that out. All right, so now let's add a little monkey hop, monkey crawl, I guess you can say. So we're gonna go here, we're gonna cut under, bring our hands out in front, hop back to this position, and then switch sides. Come here, hop back to here. Push yourself up, hop, just a small hop, doesn't have to be big. All right, so let's do one facing this way. So rocking back, cutting this leg underneath, getting to here, taking my hands, putting them out in front. So if it helps, what you can think about doing is when you put your hands out in front, your knee will be in the middle of your arms. And then hop to where the other knee is. And hop back, cut that leg back under, and sit down. So another thing that I want you to think about too while you're rolling backwards is we never want to crash. We always want to be under control. So what I mean by that, so I'm here, I come up, do my hop, then I hop back. Don't just fall. All right, control on the way down before you rock, okay? All right, now I'm gonna stick with this because this feels really good, but now I'm gonna come up, I'm gonna crawl a couple, maybe 4 steps back, cut that leg back underneath. Push yourself forward if you need to. Use arms however you need to. All right, you don't need to come. If you can come up like this, great, but if you're not there, don't worry about it. Then I'm just gonna bring this hand forward. So now I'm here, bring this hand forward, then just 1, 2, 3, 4, and back, 2, 3, 4. Cut that leg back underneath. Now, if you're having a hard time keeping your knees off the ground while you do your crawl, then just stay on your knees. So here, come up, I'll go this way, and just keep your knees on the ground. And totally fine. Cut that leg underneath. Come up, crawl on your knees. And just sit back down and relax. All right, so now let's play around some more, and let's go all the way up. We're gonna do
there's a move called a Jefferson curl. We're gonna do like a body weight one. So you're gonna come, straighten your legs out, keep your spine. So I hope the mic doesn't get messed up. Try to stay nice and rounded, nice and folded. And from here, I just want you to pretend like your spine or just little dominoes, and you're gonna just try to stack them all the way up.
Open up the chest, and now just do the reverse. Now you're trying to unstack them.
Get your chin in your chest, and just roll down. God, I know that's not gonna sound good on the mic. It's right next to my face. And then from here, let's hand walk out and back up and roll up. And just come out to like a push-up, top of a push-up position. Walk your hands back, fold. Stand up nice and tall. All right, try this. Just roll them down. Nice and loose, stay nice and relaxed. Walk out. And then here, just roll yourself back up. What can I do with this? Try it there. All right, this will be the last one here. So I lied. We're gonna go transition down. So just relax, hand walk out, and then we'll just do a kick through to a crab position. Just walk nice and easy. And back. Again, only 4 steps. It doesn't have to be a lot. But now let's add a cross crawl. So we're gonna try to touch opposite hand to knee. So notice how I'm pushing myself up to do that. And I'm not staying low. Push yourself up. Now, again, if you need to modify it, there's a couple ways to do it. One could be so you touch, and then if you're having a hard time holding yourself up, put your butt down, touch, put your butt down, touch, put your butt down. Another thing you can do if you're having a hard time lifting up both is just kind of go lift up a little bit. Maybe try to hold a little bit longer compared to coming all the way over and touching. Just try to lift and hold. Just make sure you're not sinking down. You don't want your shoulders in your ears. Always pushing the ground away, just like that. All right, now we're gonna kind of switch back through. We're gonna come all the way to our bellies. All right, this is gonna be the last thing we're gonna do. And it's gonna be a combination of what's called a frog roll, and we'll transition it to a shin box to reach. I love the shin box, the 90-90 position, whatever you wanna call it. So I'll show you in a bunch of different views on how this frog roll works. So I'll show you from here first. So you're gonna be in what we call TV watching position. So on your forearms, chest nice and tall. You're gonna look over your shoulder, and as you're looking over your shoulder, you're gonna take the same side leg of the shoulder you're looking over, and you're gonna start to bring that behind you. But notice that my upper body isn't moving yet. So I'm gonna start to bring that behind me, looking too, so I can still see my foot. All right, I'm gonna push myself off with my opposite arm. I'm gonna come up, and I'm gonna touch this same side knee and elbow. From there, if you need to, you can use this leg to help kind of with some momentum, or you can try to keep this connected and sit all the way up. So nice and tall. Now from here, I'm gonna transition into the shin box. Come up to that kneeling position. If this feels good, hang out here for a little while. Open up that hip. Then I'm gonna step with this back leg and then reach with that same side arm. Come back to this position, to here, and now I'm gonna go back to the frog roll position the same way, to the same side. So I'm gonna look over my shoulder. Put my forearm down. Notice, I'm always looking to see where I'm going, not to see where I've been. Always looking to see where I'm going. That same side elbow knee is gonna touch, and I'm gonna roll back to this TV watching position. And now I'm just gonna go in the other direction. So I just went this way, now
I'm going to go this way, up. Here. Just like that. All right, so now we're just going to flow through this. So it may get confusing on what you do, so just go nice and slow. All right, if you are a little more advanced or if you feel like you want to give it a shot, there's no, you don't have to wait. There's no right or wrong ways to do these things. So you can try doing it when you get up to the shin box is then not using your hands. All right, so I'm going to lower body roll here, and once I get to here, then lift my hands up. Now, it's important that when you're in this position, when you're here and you do your reach, that when you come back, and I mentioned this in the other video, but in case you did not see that other one, don't start to come down and sit yet. This leg has to come around first. So to get back into the shin box, that 90-90 position, this leg needs to come to here first before you start to come down. All right, now if you really get good and proficient at it, it can almost be at the same time, is really ultimately where you want to get it to. But for now, if you're not there yet, make sure that you're here and step back with that leg first. If you need to use your hand, lean to use your hand. Just don't start to sit yet, all right? So just lean here, down. All right, so I'll do a few more of these. Just to kind of show you just kind of how you can start to flow through it. And some different, like I said, some different angles too, so. All right, now, just when it comes to these flows, just go for as long as you want to go to. All right. I mean, this one almost, it's a little bit of a follow along, but you can also look at it that it's more just giving you some ideas of some just different things that you can do on the ground. I mean, I don't even know how long that took. 5 minutes, maybe, with a lot of explaining. So, I mean, if you want to, you can just stop the video, like in the, with the rocking part. Once you're done, stop it, do some rocking, then start it again. However you want to use it. You use these videos however you want, however they can help you. Again, not as much to follow along as that last one, but like I said, I really wasn't sure what I was going to be doing. So, and I don't even remember everything. I know I started off with rocking, but I wouldn't even be able to go back through everything without getting something wrong, because I just went with what my body was telling me to do. All of that is I had a couple of ideas, what I thought I was going to want to do. Some of the things I added, but there's only maybe two things that I knew that I wanted to do, was rocking and then those frog rolls, shin boxings. Everything else was just kind of went with it as I was just kind of flowing through it. All right, so think about that. Just start moving, and there's different ways you can look at it. Like, okay, I'm going to start from my back, and I'm just going to find new ways to get up and stand, like up to off the ground. So like in other words, you can just do stuff where you're just here, and you just decide, okay, I'm going to roll to my side, come up, stand up, come back down. And then you can also, just different ways to kind of get up and down. That's up to you. You're not holding weight. If you round your back, not a big deal. But like you could try all right, I'm not going to use my hands. I'm going to see how many different ways I can get up off the ground without using my hands. That's a great thing to do. Getting up and down off the ground is amazing things to do. You can go, I'm going to get up off the ground, however many different ways I can without putting one leg down. You give yourself a number, like, okay, I'm going to do 5 different ways of getting up and down. And it doesn't have to be 5 different Okay, you can just do 5 the same way, but you're going to do 5 without using your right leg, and then 5 without using your left leg. Again, this is going to give you a lot of information on your body, and if you're able to get off the ground one way, like without using the right leg, but you struggle doing it with the left leg or vice versa, that's going to give you a lot of information. All right, if you're listening for it, if you're trying to feel for it, you can get a lot of feedback. You will get tons of feedback. All right, so there's no right or wrong ways to do these, just some ideas, and just have fun with it. Set a timer for 5 minutes and just play with it. If you feel like keep going, still go, but try to get at least 5 minutes in. All right, so hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to tell your friends. Let's build a community. Like and subscribe, comment. That's actually really huge too. I think that's the reason why my first movement flow video got so many more views than most of my videos, because it got put in the algorithm, I guess, and started showing up on people's little side thing suggestions, because I had for me, I mean, I may only had like 10 comments, but that's a lot for me. I usually just get maybe a thumbs up, a couple likes here and there. So commenting really does help. Liking helps, because it tells YouTube that people enjoyed it, and so it puts it out for more people to see. It puts it in their suggestions. So again, if you want to help me out, that would be great. If you don't, no big deal, I get it. But that's it. Hope you enjoy it.